Hello guys and welcome to Cricket Caviar. Well, I'm going to talk about Big Bash League and SA20. Both leagues this time had an incredible year with some incredible results. First, let's talk about the Big Bash League. Big Bash League this year was so record breaking that it got more TRP, more viewership, more eyeballs than the Grand Slam Australian Open. Australian Open is an incredibly popular tournament across Australia, which is a prime time viewership product launched by Australian channels. But this time, after an incredible Border Gavaskar Trophy, which saw some very close fight from India to Australia, the cricketing audience in Australia were back. They were watching Big Bash League, and Big Bash League is a tournament which doesn't have a very high profile names, which doesn't have the superstars of world cricket, but they have good homegrown talent. And I have now been hearing that the Big Bash teams are really connecting well with their cities. Like for example, Melbourne Renegades. They have a very good fan base in the west of Melbourne. You have Melbourne Stars who have a fan base in the east of Melbourne, and the attendance has been superb. You always see those full houses for Perth Scorchers game in Perth. You are not seeing those full houses for a test match in Perth, which has been advertised as the West Test, the first test match of the series. But you're seeing that crowd presence for Perth Scorchers game. So this time, what happened in BBL was incredible. So, guys, you'll be amazed by some of the stats that I'm going to tell you what happened this season. So this was the 14th season of Big Bash League, and Hobart Hurricanes, the team from Tasmania, which is an island in Australia, this team had apparently never won the Big Bash League. Only two teams out of the 8 teams have never won the Big Bash League, and out of them one is Melbourne Stars and one is Hobart Hurricanes. Hobart Hurricanes, they play at the Bellary Oval. Now it's called the Ninja Oval, and this is the smallest ground in Australia, which makes it very conducive to making a good T20 team. You'll be surprised to know that 5 of the Golden Bat winners, which is the award given to the highest run scorer of a Big Bash League season, has been won by Hobart Hurricanes 5 times, and that is the max. 2 times, the Hobart Hurricanes bowler has been given the Golden Arm, which is the award given to the highest wicket taker of Big Bash League, but they've never finished last, and that's also an incredible stat that they are the only team who have never finished last in any Big Bash League season. But despite of their non-failure, they were never a success, and this time it all changed. I mean, what a final it was for Hobart Hurricanes. On the other hand, it was the Sydney Thunder who have won Big Bash League just once in their lifetime, and there was a story arc going about David Warner, him being not given the due by the Australian selectors. Of course, he was discarded from the captaincy or the leadership positions after that Sandpaper Gate incident, and he was coming back full time into Big Bash League as a captain of Sydney Thunder. And there was a good team that was built with a lot of experience and a lot of youngsters. So David Warner was one of the experienced. There was Nathan McAndrew, who was a very experienced guy. There's a Chris Green, who is very experienced guy. On the other hand, you had someone like Sam Constas, you had someone like Ollie Davis, who is coming up to the ranks of Australian cricket. So you had a very good mixture of youth and experience. You had a spinner called Tom Andrews, and on the other hand, you have the Hobart Hurricanes, who are being led by none other than Nathan Ellis. And what can I say about Nathan Ellis? He's such a character. He's a magnetic character. Ever since he came to Punjab Kings and started dancing to the song Jet Don't Care, he's been amazing. He's never been, unfortunately, given the due by Punjab Kings, but he was made captain of Hobart Hurricanes here. And what leadership skills does he possess? Everyone became fan of this magnetic character called Nathan Ellis. They said that they would run through the wall for him because he runs through a wall. His bowling is like that. He has one of the best changes of pace, and that showed in that final versus Sydney Thunder. Warner and Jason Sangha, who is one of the Sangha brothers in Australia, apart from Tanveer Sangha, they were absolutely rollicking. They had a rollicking start. They were 97 for 0 in 10 overs, and then comes Nathan Ellis. He picks a wicket, he's picks the second wicket, he's almost on a hat trick. He just misses his hat trick. But what a performance by him! 3 wickets in that crucial final, and from 10 overs to 97, they could only end up for 181. And then it was the Mitch Owen show. When I first heard the name of Mitch Owen, I thought he was some brother of Michael Owen, or maybe someone had written his name wrong. But what a player has Mitch Owen has been! What a discovery he has been. His big bat swing and his languid flow of the bat and clearing the huge boundaries in Australia with ease. And the boundaries in Hobart are even smaller, so he clears them quite comfortably. His bat swing is just a majestical thing to watch. And you must catch the batting of Mitch Owen because he's been one of the finds of the tournament. He was the player of the match. He scored a 39 ball 100 in the final in a chase. He scored a 39 ball 100. He equaled the record of the fastest BBL 100, which was by an unknown entity called Craig Simmons. And he's been phenomenal throughout, like even in that knockout games or the playoff games. He gave them such great starts. The Hobart Hurricanes were like coming unbeaten in the playoff stages. And wow, man. I mean, the other team that I really want to talk about is Melbourne Stars. There was a brilliant performance by Glenn Maxwell at the back end of the tournament, and he actually alone carried Melbourne Stars out of a stretch. So Melbourne Stars is like the Royal Challengers Bangalore of RCB. And I was talking about Mitch Owen, but I want to quickly transition into Melbourne Stars because I think this is something that we have to talk about. So they have had some legends like Kevin Peterson, Malinga, Shane Warne, Maxwell, Stoinis, Zampa. Yet they have zero titles. They have Luke Wright. They have such great stars playing for them. And there you had Hobart Hurricanes who had zero titles, but now Mitch Owen and Nathan Ellis have got them. Mitch Owen's hitting was so ludicrous that he was called into the PAL Royal side for the knockouts of SA20 where he failed actually. That shows that you can't carry form of one country to another country. But let's talk about Melbourne Stars more. I mean, some of the games that Maxwell turns around are just amazing. We saw what he did versus Afghanistan in Mumbai, and if that was not enough, there was a match versus Melbourne Renegades where Novak Djokovic had actually come to watch that match, and uh, man, Melbourne Stars was down and out. They were 75 for 7, and Maxwell gets a 90 of 50. He has a 81 run partnership with Usama Mir, where Usama Mir is just literally standing at the other end. He scored 0 runs in that partnership. It was an 81 run partnership where Maxwell scored 79 and the other 2 runs were scored by extras. So, Mitch Owen and Glenn Maxwell again, just they were brilliant. I also want to mention Riley Meredith, who was brilliant. Tim David also played his part. There was a lot of Indian origin presence. There was Nikhil Chowdhury, who was Arshdeep's one of the best school friends when he was in Punjab. He has migrated to Australia. He lived there as a taxi driver for some time, and now he's playing for Hobart Hurricanes. He played an important role in their victory campaign, and now finally the curse is broken. Hobart Hurricanes is champions. But the curse is not broken for Melbourne Stars. Again, Maxwell had to carry them through, but in the end, they faltered. They started with 5 losses, just like RCB started in 2024 IPL. They started with 5 losses, but they came back with 5 wins. Maxwell carrying them through. He had another incredible knock of some 75 versus Hobart Hurricanes, where he absolutely smashed everyone. And you would be surprised that Novak Djokovic actually appeared for one of the games where he was stunned by how high these cricketers can hit the ball. One of the hits from Marcus Stoney's bat actually went astronomically high, and he was stunned. And it was still caught. It was not a six, so that really stunned him. And in the same match, Maxwell did some magic. He pulled his team out of a totally losing position and gave them a target to defend. And who defended it? It was Peter Siddle, who is at 40 years of age, bowling at 140. And they made a terrific comeback. They managed to qualify for the playoffs, and everyone thought that momentum was on their side. And There was a meme that just when you thought that it is all over for Melbourne Stars, they win your hearts back, they win their fans' hearts back. But it was not going to be enough. But Mitch Owen, wow man, that bat flow and that striking, I think he's going to be one of the players who will be sold very highly in next year's IPL auctions. And that's about Big Bash League. This was a very good tournament, A-rated tournament, even without the big stars that someone like ILT20, something like ILT20 has. It has a very massive appeal and it caters to a very Australian kind of fan base. So I would give this tournament, like this time I would give this 10 out of 10. In SA20, so I followed this tournament in bits and pieces, but I would just like to talk about that Sunrisers Eastern Cape and Mumbai Indians Cape Town, MICT as it's called, MI Cape Town. So these two teams contested the finals. They also played the qualifier one. So they had finished 1 and 2, and man, Kavya Maran had come, Akash Ambani had come down to see the finals. But the problem here is Aiden Makram. I mean, I really have to talk about Aiden Makram. And then I will also talk about the redemption arc of Rashid Khan. But Aiden Makram, something is really wrong with him. He's coming to bowl in the 16th over when the team is going absolutely berserk. They are trying to hit out every ball and he concedes 18 runs. Then he comes to bat before Tristan Stubbs. This guy is clearly selfish in a big chase when there are a lot of runs needed. If he believes that I have better hitting abilities than Tristan Stubbs, he's seriously deluded. Then he drops a catch in the end of the first innings. He dropped a catch. He himself got out to a part timer in the qualifier, which is Brevis. He also dropped a catch in the eliminator versus Pal Royals. And for Mumbai Indian Capitals, I can say it was redemption for the R's. R means redemption. It also means Rashid, Rasi, Riza, Ryan, and Rabada. So many R's in that team, and really happy for this team because they had some of the best talent, but they were continuously finishing at the bottom of the table. Last 2 years, they finished at rock bottom, and people were trolling them that you had such good talent, and Rashid Khan was being trolled as a captain of handling all this talent so poorly. But this time, in the final and in the qualifier one, they won so one-sidedly. Rabada was just amazing in the finals. He took a 4 for in the finals. Everyone was rooting for him. Everyone just wanted him to be their Valentine. And you had obviously Trent Bolt, one of the best power play bowlers. I wonder how can Trent Bolt not be retained by any IPL team because he's just brilliant. What he does in the power play, I don't think any other bowler can do it. Then coming to Devolt Brevis, his story seemed to be over 1 year ago when he was not taken up by any IPL franchisee, but he has come back big with a big match performance. He absolutely smashed the spin coming out at 10 overs 93. So the approach was quite reckless, and many people would have a complaint with that. At one point of time, it seemed like Mumbai MICT will get bowled out, but actually they managed to get to a decent total and absolutely hammered the Sunrisers Eastern Cape. In the qualifier, it was the same story where actually Sunrisers Eastern Cape got bowled for 109, and Mumbai Cape Town won with 10 wickets to spare. Again, a lot of credit to Rassi van der Dusen, how he opened. He absolutely smashed Marco Jansen. And Corbin Bosch actually won the battle of the all-rounders with Marco Jansen. So some may actually say that Corbin Bosch is better. But Rabada's man of the match performance, and he was there just 2 months back against Pakistan, winning that test match with his bat. And he's there again winning this final, his first trophy. South Africa's favorite son was the theme going all around Kagiso Rabada. He finally delivered with a big trophy there. There was some good talent coming from Pile Royals team. Actually, Mitch Owen also joined this team at the end, but Lou Andre Pretorius, please note this guy's name. Just like you noted Mitch Owen's name, Lou Andre Pretorius, he's like Graham Smith. He's a big white buffalo and he strikes the ball very beautifully. has a cocking wrist movement when he strikes the ball, which makes the ball travel a lot. And of course, there was a twist in the tale that Pal Royals were actually doing very well. They finished second and they were doing brilliantly. But the problem came when Joe Root left, who was actually their most consistent scorer throughout the tournament. And it's hard to believe that Joe Root can become the fulcrum of a team which has David Miller or Dinesh Karthik. But that was the story, that Joe Root was actually delivering day in and day out in SA20. And he was bowling well also. He was bowling well also. And when Joe Root left for England Tour of India to play the ODIs, I think that left a big gap to fill. Dinesh Karthik was good in patches but highly unstable. I don't know what happens to him. He just keeps getting run out again and again. He even made a video to make fun of himself, of him getting run out again and again. And he's just so unstable when he starts his innings. You know, he's never sure of the calling. He got run out there. And yeah, man, I mean, there's one more player I just want to mention from Mumbai Capitals, Cape Town. I mean, MICT. I don't know why I'm saying Mumbai again and again. But George Linda, he is going to be a big name. I have seen him across the tournament, also saw him versus Pakistan in that T20 series. He's going to be a big name for South Africa. He should play more games with the bat and with the ball. He's an incredible all rounder. There was also a story of Harman brothers in one of the matches in the playoffs where Pal Royals took on Sunrisers Eastern Cape, where there are two brothers who were on opposing teams. Both are left-handed, both are one-down players. And there is Ruben Harman, first from Pal Royals, who scored 81 of 53. Then his brother actually matched him. He went 69 of 48 and he won the match. So Ruben Harman and Jordan Harman, watch out for the Harman brothers in the future, guys. They are amazing. Both of them are amazing. So this is all about the story of SA20 and Big Bash League, because I just wanted to tell this story because there are so many upcoming talents coming in, and we also saw like two underdogs. One, Hobart Hurricanes, 13 seasons they've never won it. Number 14 season they do it. They have so much of good players, though so many good players winning different individual awards, but they've never won it as a team. This time they came across as a team under Nathan Ellis leadership and cut short the story of David Warner's story arc, which was developing into the best captain Australia never had, and winning Hobart Hurricanes first title. Also, there's a big advantage in Australia in Big Bash League. Actually, if you finish first, you are going to play at your home ground. If you win the qualifier one, the finals will be at your home ground. If you win the eliminator, the qualifier two will be in your home ground. So there's a lot of good things that are there in Big Bash League. I think IPL can pick something from there to give more of an advantage to the teams who are actually doing well at the league stage. In South Africa, it's completely different. The final was at a neutral venue. Even the playoffs were at a neutral venue. But it's amazing. It's amazing you know what they have done, and looking forward to now a lot of Australia Champions Trophy squad is going to be picked out from that young lot. So Ben Dwarshuis has been just phenomenal. I mean, I'm so excited to see him in the Champions Trophy squad. He's one guy who can play that role of Pat Cummins, the all-rounder who bowls well and can gel the lower middle order. So yeah, but my pick of everyone is Mitch Owen. Just watch his batting, man. Just watch his bat fly around and score those huge sixes and clear the ground with ease with his bat swing. Mitch Owen, I'm a big fan of you. Can we see you playing in IPL soon? Thank you, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Please do subscribe and like our channel, and please do comment also. Thank you for watching our video.